is a classic country introduction, right? You hear the count off and it goes 1, 2, 1. So I'm actually setting up the first beat of the song in a way with my solo. I come in before the rest of the band. Now that's in the key of G, and we have the major pentatonic, just quickly reviewing the G major pentatonic in 12th position. That's G, that's our home note for most of the solo right there. Now a G chord, if you play a G chord, lands right there, and so 3 of the chord tones are right under your first finger when you're playing that solo in 12th position. So when I play that opening lick, I'm actually playing almost around the chord as much as I am out of the scale. Now you notice I'm kind of jumping back and forth there. And then take my time bending that 3rd string using all 3 fingers, and have to be real careful about pitch. Last thing you want on a country solo is an out-of-tune bend. Now you notice a little different sound there? That's called chicken picking. Chicken picking is just exactly that. You're making the guitar sound like a chicken. And the way that you do it, the way you make the guitar cluck, is there's a little trick with the right hand. Now you hear what's happening is I'm actually picking twice for each note. The first time I'm picking on the 3rd string, but I've got my finger down there and I'm stopping it. So it's dead. That's deliberate. And then I use my finger to pick the 2nd string. Right, so you get a combination of that little thump and then the clear note. Now, the way you do it when you cheat is like this. That's using just the pick. So I pick the dead string once, then the live string, and then I'm back into normal playing. Think of chicken picking as a technique that you can use to enhance your country playing. It's not a requirement, but like vibrato or like certain kinds of string bending, it just makes it come alive. And it's something to definitely work on if you're into country. It's a real cool idea. So that's the first phrase there. Now, the chord changes, remember those chord changes? The chord changes go to the C chord, and I'm going to play right around the notes of a C chord. And if you remember your C chord shape, you don't know this one maybe, but if you played an open position C chord down in here, and you take the same notes and move them up the neck, you'd find a C chord up in 12th position as well. And so I'm using that sound to build my melody. So I start off on the G chord, C chord, right? Now even the bends themselves have that country flavor where they kind of cry a little bit. That's what you're going for, is that sound of... Now when I get to the end of the bend and I play the next note, I cut it off. Staccato, technical musical term, but that's what makes it sound right for country. Now that's a bend, a release, and a pull off. When you do it all in one like that, it gives you that crying effect. So back to the G chord. Now I'm playing right around the major pentatonic scale there and adding an extra note. That kind of dresses up the scale and makes it sound much more melodic. Now it goes to the D chord, and again, I know where my D chord is in 10th position, and I'm going to play my melody based right on the chord. Now that's a typical country little sound there, where I play the chord, and then add that note, and then back again. Makes it sound real pretty. Now I'm going to go to the next phrase, and I'm back in my original position again, 12th position, and I'm going to vary a little bit now. So it's a little like blues call and response, but country style. Now there's another country sound right there. I bend the third string up a whole step and hold on to it while I play the second string. That's tricky. Now you can bend that note and let go of it, but real country style is you sustain a little bit. I use the chicken pick in there. That's not a requirement, but it does make it sound more country. Back to C again. Real country lick on the C chord. I play the first finger at the 13th fret there. Bend it up a whole step, hold it. Use my pinky to play that high note. That's a tricky one. And back down again. And now, right down the scale. And I ended up with a classic little country phrase at the end too. All in 12th position. Now the second half of the song has some different chords, and so being in that country kind of mood, I'm going to follow the chords and play right around the notes of the chords. Think of this as an alternative to scale playing. It's really good to know your scales, but it's also really good to know your chords. You put those together, that's how you can really improvise. Now the first chord in the second half of the tune is an E minor chord, and I play notes right off of the E minor chord in 12th position there. Big bar chord there. That whole melody is just based off the E minor shape. Now the next chord is C, and I play right off the C shape. And again, just building notes right around the notes of the chord. Back to the G. And you remember the D. Down in the 10th position there, again playing off the notes of the chord. And then E minor again. C, G, now all those melodies are the kind of melodies that you would sing if somebody was playing that rhythm and you hum something. That's what you would hum. That's the whole point, right? There's no reason why your guitar playing should be any different than the way you sing. It's just you sing through the guitar and you use the same expression. Now the very last phrase includes a technique called the harmonic. I play that last line, which is a hammer-on, and then play that note above the G chord there, and then I lightly place my finger across the 12th fret and hit all three notes together, and you hear how they ring out. You can find harmonics at the 12th fret, at the 7th fret, at the 5th fret. You can even make up little melodies. Now if that ain't country, I'd like to know what is.